How big is a road trip like this early in the season for a team?
Yeah, it's good just to get the boys together. And here, obviously, a little spread out where everybody lives, so it's hard to get everybody together. We had a nice Halloween party last night, but just getting in the hotel, getting on the plane, a couple dinners would be good.
What do you thought of the team's performance through 3 games?
Obviously, offense is clicking. At times, the game looks really, really good, and then there's just been stints in every game where it's kind of the structure's kind of falling apart. Taking too many chances at our blue line, not getting pucks out. But it's early in the season. I think there's a lot of good, but there's obviously stuff that we got to clean up, especially going on the road here with the second change.
Do you like the impact that the new guys have had in terms of adding that level of edginess? Not that Brad said. You said Noah fighting the other night. How do you kind of sum up that element of it?
Yeah, I mean it can't just be one guy, and I think the way the team's built right now, it's kind of up and down the lineup. There's a little bit of bite on every line, and different guys are going to step up different nights. Gregor obviously, big hit and backed it up with a good fight.
I know you obviously weren't here last year, but it's a playoff rematch. Actually, 2 playoff rematches on this trip to start it off. In your experience, how much more emotion is there when you're facing a team like Thursday that eliminated this group last year?
Yeah, there's always a little bit extra, I think. I always look forward to those games the next year, especially when it's earlier in the season. There's usually a little extra emotion just because they took your dream away from you. So, yeah, you come out swinging.
What was the genesis of the costume? I saw your Instagram post.
Yeah, we're usually pretty dialed, but it was a last-second thing. But, Snoop and Martha. I'm not a big celebrity guy, but one guy would love to meet a Snoop. Just everything he touches turns to gold. So, him and Martha Stewart, obviously a power couple right there.
And you said it was a last-minute thing, the road trip. Did you guys sort of we're going to have to do this party because we're not going to be back in time?
Yeah, there's just no time when we got back to do anything for Halloween. Sometimes just the schedule doesn't allow for great timing. Obviously, we were in the Uber going to the party yesterday, and the guy actually asked me if I was a rapper because he didn't know that Halloween was this early. So I guess I pulled it off well.
Any other costumes pop for you?
Yeah, we had a foursome of speed skaters rolled in on rollerblades, the tights, everything. They looked pretty good. I heard they rollerbladed there too, so they were probably sweating on the way.
Yeah, any names you can give us?
It was Mo Nizey. I'll snitch. I don't care. Mo Nizey, Mintz, and Tone.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a good look.
Just on the playoff rematch end of things, I'm curious your perspective, Matthew Tkachuk, dealing with a guy who likes to kind of live in the gray area and also has the skill. What sort of challenges a guy like him?
I mean, he's a great all-around player. He's one of the best players in the league, obviously for a reason. But it's tough because he plays hard. He's got a lot of skill. He can hurt you in a lot of different ways, not just on the scoreboard. So you got to be aware of a guy like that. But we also got to realize that our game can take over too. So we can't just focus on one guy. You just got to be aware of him.
What was it like mixing it up with Corey Perry? There's another guy who kind of lives in the gray.
Yeah, I mean, I never really liked him, to be honest. We always seem to kind of run into each other when we play against each other, but not a lot of love for that guy.
Where's that date back to?
First day I met him on the ice. Yeah.
Is there anything in particular that makes him hateable?
Just the way he runs his mouth. I don't know. He kind of acts tough. He's not tough. I don't know.
Doesn't drop the gloves, I guess.
No, definitely wouldn't. Yeah.
Matthew and Fraser are raving about the breakfast at Cassidell. What are you guys serving over there?
I don't know. They're, I think, you come into the league and, some things that you experience for the first time, I guess. Obviously, it's great to have them, and I think more so the camaraderie than that. And like I said, my boys love it, having them around and asking questions, having fun, and nice celebrating Nizey's birthday yesterday too. So.
What will he bring to your life?
Well, I think just the tenacious, his ability to get on the puck on top of the opponents, and it's amazing how just physically mature and dominant he can be at his age, and still hasn't even played 10 games yet. So, and then obviously, you see his ability to make a play, soft hands, poised with the puck. So, obviously we think very highly of him here and know he's got tremendous potential, and, enjoyed, getting to know him off the ice, which I think only can help on the ice, and spending time throughout training camp together. So, excited about that if that's the way it ends up.
What's it like when you play a team for the first time the next season that'll eliminate you?
It's, I don't know, I think it's maybe different every time, but it's obviously a sour taste in your mouth. It's something that you want to learn from. It's obviously disappointing from our standpoint. So, but for us, we're moving forward, learning from it. It's a new season, a new challenge, obviously, for them as well. Team within our division, so you're going to see them a bunch, and you're battling for positioning. So these points are obviously always valuable and crucial.
What sort of impact do you feel the new guys have made, especially the added edge, right, that Brad talked about, bringing in a little more snot? Are you feeling that already?
I think so. I mean, whether it's that or just their ability to play the game and be effective for us. You see certainly throughout the first few games here through training camp what they can bring and how they're going to impact the team, and that should only get better as we go along here and our team game comes together more.
Sean, obviously last season didn't end the way you guys wanted it to, but playing Tampa again on Saturday, did the fact that you were able to shed at least that elephant in the room of winning a round maybe serve to relax the group a little bit coming into this year, that at least that's in the past?
Well, I think we know playing here, and this is our feeling in the locker room. We don't accomplish our goal. You're never satisfied, and that's the next. That's where we're working towards, and we want to get to. And you win around, you get to that next challenge, and you're really excited about just how much bigger the opportunity gets. And for us, obviously, it's disappointing. But when you look back and want to take back some of the positives from last year and learn from the good and the bad, obviously an important step for us, one that we've been so close with and haven't been on the right side of it. To do that, obviously a good feeling, helps the group come together and understand what that takes, especially against a team as accomplished as Tampa. So, I think there's only positives that can come from that.
Who had the best Halloween costume last night?
Maybe Broads.
Group of people. I heard there was some
Yeah, we had a speed skating group. They looked pretty good.
What about Revo? You guys snooped with Marcus Dirty side?
Yeah, I think obviously Revo brings great personality and camaraderie and elements like that go a long way in bringing a team together. And I think he understands the importance of that and takes a lot of pride in that. So, in times like that when we're spending time away from the rink together, just how he leads the charge that way is great.
The earliest Halloween party you guys have ever had.
Yeah, I think just the schedule is what it is. It's not nothing we can determine and dictate, and obviously a common thing around the league, and for us, especially with a lot of new guys and getting the group together, we felt it was important. So, nice to spend some time together, enjoy each other's company, especially a long road trip here away from home. That's another chance for us to continue to build together.
What was your costume?
I was a hippie.
Hippie?
Yeah, I had a nice fro going. So yeah, yeah.
Did you do anything special for, you mentioned Nice's birthday? Like, did you guys have a cake? Or?
We didn't have a cake. Dropped the ball a little bit there, but my boys are really excited to give him a gift. So when they got home from their school and gave him a gift, they were pretty fired up about it and happy to say happy birthday and sing happy birthday. So which was good.
What did they give him?
Suitcase and I think a shirt. I think a shirt as well. Yeah, sweater or shirt, one or the other.
To start with, whose costume popped for you at the Halloween party?
I heard Revo was giving the whole rundown on us, so I mean, probably the four guys he said.
The speed skaters?
Yeah, it's a pretty good outfit by the boys.
Could you pull that off?
Yeah, for sure I could have. I got a wife though I gotta get dressed up with, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. But no, that was probably the costume of the night.
What was your costume?
I was the Pink Panther. Yeah. Keep it casual. Nothing too crazy.
What was she?
What was she? She was the Pink Panther. I was Agent, Clouseau. So, Yeah, it was great. I got to wear a tie and a dress shirt. Just what I want to do on an off day Halloween party.
How do you assess the team through 3 games, just overall?
Yeah, I think some things we can really be happy about. Obviously, some defensive flaws that we got to just clean up. Of diving in on pucks that we shouldn't be, being above people. That's something I think that we know we got to be a lot better at, and something that's definitely going to be on our focus for this road trip. We're playing some serious, heavy hitting teams here with some offensive power. So we got to make sure we're being above, we're playing smart with the puck, and not giving up too many odd man rushes.
Any extra emotion when you're facing a team that knocked you out?
I mean, I think just anytime you get to kind of play a team again, you want to. I think it just doesn't matter. You want to play your best against any team. Maybe, there's some extra motivation there, especially with what happened last year. But, we want to play our best hockey on this road trip and, really get the ball rolling here and, play Leafs hockey.
Did you ever go back and watch any of those games from that series?
Nope.
What do you think went wrong? In your mind, what was the difference?
It was a long time ago. I'm not focusing on that. I'm not worried about that. It's a new season ahead of us here. We got a lot of games to play. Nothing you can change in the past. We're excited about the here and the now, and we're excited about what we have in this locker room, and that's what we got to focus on.
Where are you with your own game right now? Mitch, through 3?
Yeah, pretty good with it. Happy with the conditioning mindset of it, of the minutes wise, and being able to play those minutes and not feel too tired or too gassed that I can't do my job. And I think our line's had some really good looks that just haven't gone in, and we've created some havoc. And I think every once in a while we maybe sometimes get carried away just making maybe the extra play or something like that. But I've been happy, I think, with us 3.
Did Kachuk ever talk after the playoffs at all?
I saw him at the awards, and just kind of shot from there a little bit. But obviously we have some history going back to London and stuff like that. But he's still a buddy of mine. We don't talk too much in the summertime. Just different kind of agendas in the summertime, and different areas.
Moving forward, how much did that win over Tampa resonate because you finally win that series, or does it get reset right away?
Well, I think I don't want to talk, like I just said, too much back in the past, because there's nothing you can do with it. It's over with. But there obviously is a high, and then you're right back into another series, and it was pretty quickly into a low. So don't want to think about it too much. Like I said before, we want to focus about the here and now, and make sure our mindset's here, and looking forward to every single game and every practice we can.
Brad brought in some snot right in the off season. I know it's just 3 games, but what's your? Sorry, Kev. You're next. You're next. Sorry, you got.
0 for 3.
I brought some extra grease here.
Yeah.
3 games in, have you felt that? What sort of impact do you think that extra edginess has brought?
Yeah, it's been great. I think all the additions have been great to our team. All add something different, like we all talked about before. And I think you always know you're going to get out of 75, and that's a big man that goes up and down the ice pretty good, and makes a lot of contacts, gets in people's faces, and backs his teammates up. And obviously Bert and Max have done a great job of just with their speed, off puck play, and even with the puck in their hands. So it's been good. I think it's always hard to adjust to a new team, new systems and stuff like that, but I think they've done a great job.
Everybody, it better be a good question. I was just wondering about Guy Boucher. How is his sort of passion for the game different from maybe Spencer Carver and getting you guys going on the power play?
I think any power play coach we've had here has just love and passionate for the power play, and it's a good thing to have. I mean, we're passionate and love our power play too, and that's where you can really make teams pay. So that's what you need. You need a power play coach that's really passionate about it and loves it, and wants to study constantly about it and see ways to get better. So it's been great to have Guy come in and really open our eyes to some things. But I'd say all of our power play coaches we've had here have really had a love for it and a serious passion for it.
What was
Did you
Spencer
like
like as a
today's?
coach? What was Spencer like as a coach?
Attaboy, 2 for 2. Way to own him. What was Spencer like as a coach, you say? Sorry. Yeah, he was great. Very open-minded as well. Same kind of thing of there's systems there to try to implement and be with, and at the same time there's the freedom and skill that our group has that lets you kind of do your thing. So try to keep it in the steady lines of both that, and make sure you're not trying too many outrageous things.
What did you like about how practice was today? That's a bit different. You guys starting on that other pad, what was that like?
Yeah, it wasn't anything different to us. I don't know. Maybe some different to other guys, but yeah, nothing too crazy.
Good. Sheldon, what went into the new look with those two middle 6 forward lines?
Just going out on the road, wanted to rejig some things. So that was it. I think Nice has a lot more to offer us as well. So there's that, and then sort of the change previously was to have Domi and Yarncroc on different lines for different reasons, and now having them together, I think in terms of how their skill sets could play off one another, and Yarny's stabling presence defensively. I think going out on the road makes some sense for us to give it a try.
Is it tough to get a guy like Max Bowen when he only gets about 12 minutes? Does he need a bit more?
Yeah, I think that's part of it. And it's similar to Nye's. I mean, Nye's minutes are too low as well, but it's a challenge. Players got to find their game individually. I got to help them along with that. Same time, you've got a lot of guys that you're trying to introduce and get going and get comfortable and all of that. All 4 of our left wingers are new. So you're trying to find the right mix for everybody, but everybody is responsible for the minutes that they do get to maximize them all the way through our lineup, and things will settle into place. But as we go out on the road, the rejigging of the lines here for me is more about trying to more consistently get guys out there. And, special teams always play a role too, and how that shakes out.
Sheldon, can the nice familiarity with Ron, as little as it might have been from last year, there's still something there to lock him a bit, you think?
Yeah, it certainly would help. Nice is still a young guy, he's still learning lots through here, but any sort of familiarity you can have and comfort can be helpful. I think Nice has actually played well. I've just kind of lost him a little bit on that line, and he's got more to offer us. So I think coming out on the road, it's a good chance for him to be more involved with those guys.
What's the balance when you have new guys coming in, like you say, but you're also now mixing things up 2-3 games in? How do you sort of as a coach? Because guys are trying to get comfortable, but now they're in new spots.
Yeah, they're trying to get comfortable. I'm trying to get comfortable with them too, right? And trying to find what the right mix is. Sometimes you got to really kind of find your team game before you can start to focus on some of the other things. And it's like I said, it's on me to manage that. We've talked about having new players on each line and how that can that presents some challenges, but there's also great opportunities there for guys to find chemistry. Like I said, Yarncroc's ability to move around and be a calming presence, and I think he's had a positive influence on whatever line I played him on here to start early in the season, which is not unlike the way it was last year. So that's pretty consistent for me, and it's a matter of us, kind of helping the rest come together.
In a perfect world, you don't have to fiddle with your defensive pairings too much, but was some change inevitable bringing Klingberg in to find a right partner for him?
Well, again, same sort of thing. You're trying to find the right mix and how they complement one another. You want to give it time to breathe, but you also need to perform well, and you need to get good results, and so that's sort of that balance. But Riley Brody pairing's been really consistent for us, as we had expected that it would. It's been the one that's been played the most together. Gio Lilly's been good, and they've got lots of comfort together. Klingberg coming into the mix, that changes things up, and McCabe's still somewhat new here as well. So you're kind of working through that, and I think you'll see Rhino on the back end there, Mike Van Ryn mix things up and use guys in different spots.
Any concern that Tyler won't be able to play tomorrow?
Not at this point. I'm told that he'd be available. Today was just a maintenance day, just to help him be fully ready to go tomorrow. So as of now, I'm expecting to have him.
And what's the feeling going back to Florida? The team that eliminated you, or is there a little bit of extra juice, even though it's a regular season game?
Well, it's regular season game 4, so I don't think much of that is at play. At least not for me. Everybody's individual in that sense, but anytime you've been through a playoff series, it does add a little bit more for sure. I think right now, though, the focus, really, you always want it to be about yourself, most importantly. But in the early going of the season, we really got to focus on our own game and being as prepared as possible, and continue to take positive steps towards, a more complete game, which we haven't had yet. So we got to keep the focus on us, but certainly have a lot of respect for the opposition and know that it's going to be a challenge as our first road game.
You're very quick to, I think we all appreciate it, credit your assistant coaches for whatever they've brought to you in a particular game or idea. Not a lot of head coaches actually do that. Why is it important for you to praise your assistants or whatever the way you do?
I don't know. I think it's natural to do it. It's just, there's a lot that goes into preparing a team to play, not just coaches, but everybody in our organization plays an integral role to get the players on the ice and prepared to play and able to play. I think the more you can share the love and acknowledge people that aren't out in front of the cameras like myself all the time, I think it's good and healthy, and it's reality. There's a lot of work that goes into preparing an NHL team and on the day-to-day, and so when guys are doing their job well and we're having success, I think it's important to acknowledge those guys because they put in a lot of time. Assistant coaches, they put a lot of time, a lot of work every day to help make my job easier.
With today's practice, what went into starting the power play guys on that pad, at least?
Yeah, just a simple way to manage their workload and not disrupt the flow of my practice. That was really it. We wanted to get some power play work in today, but we were talking about maybe just doing it after practice, which would have added extra time to those guys, and we wanted to find a balance of giving them their time, but still having the rest of the group active and moving.
Are there any benefits getting a road trip like this out of the way early?
I mean, we're excited to get on the road. That's the first thing. I mean, we've had our time spent out in Gravenhurst a little bit there, but otherwise this group hasn't been together on the road. So that, I think there is benefits, with the newer players that we have and allow things to kind of fall into place there. But it's also challenging. You go out on the road and we're playing against good teams. We're going to move around a lot, and it's a long trip. So there's lots of things there that we've got to be prepared for. We'll take it a day at a time. Right now we're focused on getting to Florida and preparing for the Panthers, and we'll move along from there. But I think the guys are excited for a change of scenery.
Who's in that tomorrow?
Samsonov.